Hi, everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Mask and Tape Treasures. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right. And hit my Cash App. Cash App a brother and help a brother out. Yes. Yes, this one is about UFOs. Yes, there's many people that say they saw UFOs, and I don't know if you believe it or not. I don't know if you guys believe in UFOs, okay, or not. But I can tell you, when I was young, I looked up into the sky and I saw, it was at nighttime. It was me and my sister, and I thought I saw something going across the sky, and lights were going around it like this. Now, later on, I figured it could have been the Goodyear blimp, the blimp, with the lights going around, but it was way up in the sky. So we couldn't tell what it was, And it was several other of my friends saw it too. We couldn't tell what it was though, but I even said, beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. It didn't do it back, so it must have not been a UFO. It must not have been a UFO. But a lot of people said that they seen UFOs, or that a UFO came down to the ground, but nobody's never got a picture of it, and it was only them. And they say it blanked their memory out or something. Then it probed them. Probed them. Yep. But look, there's this group called MUFON. That stands for the Mutual UFO Network. They used to come to the library back in 2015, something like that. They used to come to my job, and they would have meetings there. And all of them would tell about accounts how they saw a UFO, or they saw a UFO flying past, you know. I think they really believe it. It was a retired police officer from Memphis police officer, and he was in head of it. And he told about an account where he saw a UFO. I don't know if it's real or not, but people swear by it. Now, there was a guy that I knew. I'm just gonna call him Michael. He said he saw a UFO, and one of them landed in his backyard. I don't know. He must have had a pretty big yard for a UFO, and nobody else saw it. That's what I asked him. I said, "Who else saw this thing?" He said, "Nobody." So I told him, "Man, I don't know." But he said this thing came down and landed in his yard, and he said it left a spot in the grass. But I never saw pictures of the spot in the grass or nothing. You see, I've been taught, look, mostly with stuff like that, if I can't see it, or if nobody else has seen it, then it probably ain't real. Just like, I grew up knowing of 9 planets. Now it's 8 planets. That's crazy. They done took Pluto off. But I still call Pluto the ninth planet. Okay? Yeah, they got rockets that they sent up, and they got one that they sent up to Pluto. Now, if they go into space, if they got the Hubble telescope going up and it's passing all these planets, why don't it see a UFO or aliens or anything like that? We've got far further than Pluto. Pluto is the furthest planet from the sun. Okay? And they got further than Pluto with that telescope. Because the Hubble telescope can see far. So once it got past the ninth planet, it's got set his eye out to space. And it can see way back there. And they've seen other planets. They've seen other planets too. But they don't know if there's life on any other planets. But I know it's none in our solar system. There's no life. Now they said Mars is the only planet that possibly it could have sustained life. So Mars, they're talking about terraforming Mars, by planting plants up there, letting them grow, and then maybe it could bring some atmosphere back, to it, because Mars does not have an atmosphere. We have an atmosphere up where the clouds are, and it encircles all around the earth. Okay, so and therefore, when the heat heats up water, it goes up and then it rains back down. On Mars, there's no atmosphere, so when the water heats up and it goes up, it goes out into space. So therefore, that's why Mars is a dry planet. It's dry. And some parts of Mars is too cold, I saw a movie, and I forget what it's called. It was about some people. This is one of my rare moments where I watch television. And I forget what this movie was called, but they went to Mars, and there was on a rocket. Okay, this rocket was made to land on Mars and then take back off. Okay, they land on Mars, and this guy, I forget what the actor's name is, but he ended up on Mars by itself, because everybody they had a certain time when they had to leave, because it was a sandstorm up there, and if that sand would have brushed onto the rocket, then the rocket wouldn't be able to take off. So everybody thought he was dead. So they took off. And they got back to Earth. But he was still up there. And he had a helmet on so he can breathe, and he had oxygen and stuff. So he was walking across the planet. Then he found a station that they put up there. It was like for you to go inside, and it had oxygen and stuff. So he was able to get into that, and he had to survive. I think he had to survive a year up there by himself. But in that year, he planted potatoes up in there. They had like a little biosphere in that little space station that he got into. It wasn't that big, but it was big enough for him to sustain a small garden. So he planted potatoes in there, and they grew. And he ate raw potatoes. But that's what he had to eat, you know. So it was a good movie. It was a good movie. If you look it up, you can just look up a movie about Mars. The best movie of Mars. And it should come up. It should come up. But anyway, this guy was able to radio back to Earth. He put a radio together. He went and found one of those space, those little things that roll, space rover. He found one, and he was able to take some stuff off of it, and then able to build a radio where he can communicate with Earth. And they found out he was alive. And they was able to send a rocket back to get him. It was a good movie. But, it was about last year when I saw this movie. And it had been out before that, so I don't know. But they don't know. They have a planet that's way out there. I think it's called B something. It's numbers and stuff. But it's past Pluto. It's in another solar system. Solar systems are round, and then all the planets go around in the solar system. All right? So all of our planets are in the solar system. That's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Those planets are all in our solar system. And they go around. But there's another solar system past it. And it has tidally locked planets. Tidally locked means the planets don't turn around like ours, like keep turning like this. So every day is a certain month on that planet. So like if you have summer, then the Earth turns around, then and then another season comes. These planets don't have seasons or nothing. So one side is totally the sunlight would shine straight in one side of the planet. The other side of the planet stays dark because it's tidally locked. When it just goes like this around, and it don't turn, and when it's going around, it don't turn. So those planets, I think those planets are harsh, but they got one in the Goldilocks zone. One in the Goldilocks zone. Now the Goldilocks zone is like right where our planet is. If that makes any sense. I'm not a scientist, but if it's in the Goldilocks zone. The Goldilocks zone is a zone where life could be sustained on. So our Earth goes around in the Goldilocks zone. And also Venus is almost in the Goldilocks zone. But Venus is too hot. It's too hot. It's too hot for anybody to live on it, to even think about living on it. They couldn't even get a rocket to go to Venus. But they used to think Venus had life on it because it has a big atmosphere all around it. It's thick atmosphere. But that's what made it super hot on that planet. Because here, if our clouds and everything got real thick, no heat could radiate out. And the Earth would get so hot that stuff would start boiling. Yeah. Now, Mars is in the Goldilocks zone too. Yeah. But Mars don't have an atmosphere. It lost its atmosphere years ago, billions of years ago. But I think it once had an atmosphere. And who knows? Maybe there was stuff living up there. They're testing some soil samples now to see if it's any organisms up in there or anything like that. But there's organisms that can live in any situation. Like in if water is freezing, if it's froze solid, there's organisms that can live in it. Even if it's boiling hot, there's organisms that can live in it. So it's crazy. So maybe there is life, but it ain't like us. Maybe they will find another some living thing somewhere, but it won't be like us, and it won't be like none of the animals walking around on here. If it is, it'll be real small, real tiny, like a bacteria. Maybe a bacteria is living. That's a UFO. That's like a alien, ain't it? Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader. That's an alien. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But far as aliens looking like us and stuff, or looking similar to us with 2 arms and 2 legs and a head, I don't think so. That's just like believing in a fairy or a mermaid or a boogeyman. Come on, man. So, in summary, to me, I don't know about y'all. Maybe you do believe it. Don't let me trash your dreams. Don't let me spoil what you believe in. If you believe in something, believe in it to the fullest. Okay? I'm just an average Joe out here. But I'm telling you, me, myself, and I don't believe in aliens. All right? I think those people maybe they've been high or something. Maybe they were high, you know. Or maybe they were sleeping, or maybe they had a fever or something and dreamed of this. You know, but you know, if they alien come, wait a minute. First of all, what would aliens come here for? Just to mess with an average person? To take you out your bed, take you in a spaceship, probe you, and send you back here. Wouldn't you think they'd be trying to figure out in the brain of a mastermind or something, or somebody who's real smart and intelligent? They want to take him and probe him. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. Like I said, to me, aliens are a tiny bacteria. Bacteria that have no eyes and nose or nothing like that. All they do is go around trying to find something to foul up or something. But a bacteria or some type of virus. That's it. If they are alive out there. because as of now, the earth is the only place that can sustain life as we know it. Okay? As we know it. So, no disrespect to you, MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. No disrespect. But I don't believe in it. Okay? Maybe if you find more proof or you got some footage, of course, people got footage of UFOs flying in the sky, but those lights could be anything. They could be anything. They could be just like what I thought I saw, a UFO. And I swore up and down when I first saw it that it was a UFO. But that light was going around. But see, look, the lights were going around and blinking. But if it could have came down a little closer, I could have made out what it said. It was a Goodyear blimp with just words going around it, lighting up as they go around. But it was so high up in the sky, we could not see that it was letters. Because I saw another blimp, a Goodyear blimp, like when I was older. And it was down a little closer to me. And I could see it had words on it going around. You know. But who am I? If you want to get probed, have at it. If you got probed in your sleep, more power to you. But I don't believe in it. And I've never been probed. Never. And I'm sure millions of others of y'all never been probed before. Okay? All right. Okay, that's it for my Master Tape Treasures. This is crazy, though. It's crazy. Okay, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know whenever I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos. Please, share my videos. And subscribe! 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 All right, y'all. Peace. Adios. Salamat. Chair dance.